Hey, Aries Venus, this is your love and relationship reading for December 2024, or whenever you see this. My name's Podkane, and if you don't know your Venus sign, check out a website like this one, astrocharts.com. You don't need your time of birth for this one. You just need to be able to have your place and day of birth. And if you don't know your time of birth, you can just plug in like noon. It's pretty typical. Yeah. So I've been sick, so my voice is kind of not recovered quite yet, so just bear with me, but we're gonna get this done because I've been thinking about it all week and been kind of sad that I haven't been able to do these readings. So first I'm gonna pull an oracle card for you. Aries Venus, you and I. Venus sign, love and relationship spread. Just take an upright card. Okay, I got 2. Fear of loss and anxiety. You're afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Take a chance. You're afraid to get close to someone. They're scared too. Give them a chance. Oh no, it's out of focus. Okay, let me pause and fix this real quick. Okay, I have no idea why that happened, and please forgive me as I do this reading. I may be clearing my throat or even sniffling. I'll try not to, though. I know that can be triggering, but Aries Venus relationship reading, December 2024, whenever it reaches them. This is the Mystic Mondays Tarot. So for you, you have the Death card, major changes. And the Ace of Cups, major changes around the way you share and give love. Maybe there's a new love in your life. A new hopefulness and a new beginning in love. So this is your person. You should know who this person is. It's whoever's been on your mind, whoever you're in a relationship with right now. This is your person. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles, feeling like an outsider, being ostracized from a group. And the Hangman in reverse, not ready yet to take a new perspective on a situation. They may be in a bit of a victim mindset or an outsider mindset. So they may not be open to love at this time, for sure. What's the issue? The Ace of Pentacles, the offer, and the Moon. What's hidden? Being scared. Someone's scared to come forward and make an offer, whether that's you or them. I think you're a lot more clear about your intentions towards them. And even if this is an existing relationship, this is talking about like a new way of relating to each other. And with the fear of loss too, I can see that of like, you know, if I was to choose a new way of reacting and responding to someone, that maybe that would push them away further. But, you know, I want to try a new way of relating to them. I want to bring up a new possibility, maybe make the relationship more grounded and stable. I have like a practical, like, let's spend some more time together. Let's move in together. Let's start working on a new project. Something very grounded and practical. So what do they want? No, what do you want? What do you want in the situation? What do you want in the situation? Ace of Swords, you just want to speak your truth. come forward. You want to have victory in the situation. What do they want? Oh, the Four of Cups and the Emperor reversed. The Nine of Pentacles on the bottom. They're used to having their own say in their life. They've grown to be very independent. They're not willing to accept anyone who wants to lord over them or have any control over them in an unfair or narcissistic way. I'm sorry to say. I'm so sick of that word being thrown around. Let me think of something better. Something more descriptive. A domineering way. They won't be accepting of anyone trying to dominate or control them. And therefore they have a lot of opportunities around them. I don't know if this means other people or just your love. There's someone here, here's this offer of new love coming in, and they're choosing to focus on what they already have. Maybe they've spent a lot of time in this isolation. They've been able, like we saw with the Nine of Pentacles, a sense of independence and security and self-love, and they very much cherish and value what they've been able to build. So they're guarding it closely, which is very wise on their part, of course. But now at this time, they feel like entering into a new relationship could be a distraction from that. A distraction from that, as I'm getting with the distractions in my own environment. What's next? Your fears. What are your fears in this situation? Aries Venus. What are your fears? The Empress reverse. Three of Pentacles. With the Empress reverse, you're afraid of being codependent and smothering someone, being dependent on someone. You've worked up a sort of mastery of your own. That may be why you're sort of drawn to this person, is you have that in common, where you've both worked really hard towards this is back, that self-mastery, that self-love, that financial independence, wisdom in how to manage your own resources and really appreciate your own value. And because you worked on that so hard, now entering into any type of contract with anyone, whether it's a financial or a love relationship, there's a lot of trepidation and fear around it with the moon, because you're afraid of falling back into a type of dependency that maybe you have experienced in the past. And you also don't want to get into a toxic relationship that's going to create a lot of codependency. Like, I need you, I can't live without you. Oh, yeah. What you have, you're afraid of losing, with the Four of Pentacles turning from upright to the reversed. You're clinging on to what you have. You could have more. There's still, many more pentacles to be claimed, a queen here, but you're afraid of losing ground. What are their fears in this situation? What are their fears in this situation? Aries Venus's person's fears in this situation. The Three of Wands. Receiving a message. I'm almost afraid to acknowledge that this is real. And it's been a long time coming for them. There's a sense here that they know that you're also very important to them, that they're committed to you, that they aren't going to be able to stop this momentum with this, and that the information is all around them, yet they're trying to turn away from it because of their insecurities around it's not even insecurities, actually. It's more just like they have an identity here that they've built up as a coping mechanism to protect themselves from feeling a sense of loss or lack over not having a person that's super close to them. Even if this is an ongoing relationship, we're talking about not having that next level of closeness because they are still very guarded. They've built up a personality and an identity around being a person who relies on themselves and who doesn't get, so involved. Whether this is like maybe you're not currently living together, maybe you haven't made a long-term commitment like a marriage or proposal or something like that. This could also just be exploring a new, deeper emotional depth to being vulnerable with each other. To them, this feels like returning to, and I'm sure you can identify this too with what I'm getting for you, but this is returning to chaotic waters where they found a great sense of peace. It's still not enough, and they know that. They see this coming towards them as a new opportunity for a new sense of stability. But they know it's going to take a long time and take a lot of work and need to build up its own momentum. Excuse me. But they see this as a journey into troubled waters, where new things will be coming up, and maybe even old emotions that need to be, that when there's trauma or tough things that we think that we've handled and dealt with, there's still sometimes more to be understood about them. But we think, oh, I've handled that, I'm doing great now. That's kind of locked away, done and dusted, or however. And so then if there's messaging that we need to bring this back up, we need to talk about this again, this is going to be a wound reopened. That's going to be painful. There's a lot of resistance towards that because it's like, I've already dealt with that. I thought I was done with that. I don't want to go back to Five of Cups reverse. I don't want to go back to focusing on difficulties or reopening those old wounds by making myself vulnerable to something. Again, how do you see them? How does Venus, Aries Venus, see them? Oh. Judgment. If you've seen any of my readings before, you know this is my favorite card. Judgment card here talks about you seeing them as, you just know, there's a deep knowing that they are your person. There's something powerful that they are here in your life to share with you, and you've been awakened to their importance in your life. You also see them as having been through a lot, and because they've been through all this, they've transformed, they've integrated what they've learned. Now they have a lot of wisdom to share. They have a message and a purpose. This is a very powerful card. You're showing them a lot of deference and respect, and you're willing to learn from them and heal. They have a lot of healing energy. I think even there may be some insecurity in you around them where you feel like you're not enough. Maybe you're not beautiful enough to attract their attention. You're not creative enough to inspire them. There could be some feelings like that. I think you actually very much are a high priestess to them. We'll see how they see you, but it's bringing up some insecurities in you because you have such a high opinion of them, and you really see them for who they actually are and what they have to offer. How do they see Aries Venus? Venus and Aries, how do they see you? Queen of Swords reversed. And Ten of Swords reversed. They see you as Yeah, your tendency to be self-critical and to pass judgment on yourself is really harmful to yourself. And so I think your intuition about them seeing you for who you are and having a lot to teach you is spot on. I do think that they see you as having a lot to offer in terms of practicality and energy and enthusiasm towards creating new endeavors, especially practical matters, financial matters. But this may be something that they're afraid to move towards you because there's a tendency in you to self-sabotage because of your own insecurities, like projected insecurities with that Queen of Wands reverse that we saw. They don't know the depth of that, I feel. And that's not the totality of you. But right now, from what they're seeing in you, you haven't shown them much beyond your feelings of a lack of self-worth around them. And because you see them so highly, you may be kind of showing them that you're not enough, that there's an inequality here with the Six of Pentacles reversed, where I think both of you feel like you're not good enough for them, and they feel like you're not on their level because of the way that you speak and think about yourself. I think they're kind of in a very good place of self-love. And so they look for that in others. It's a requirement of theirs. And I don't think that you don't have it enough. I just think that there needs to be maybe a adjustment and your own self-valuation for you to be able to move towards them. Let's see. What's next? How can you support them? How can you support them, Aries Venus? The Seven of Wands, you can see their vision and uphold it and defend it. If there's something that they are working on creatively or they feel powerfully about, but they may be lacking in support for that, they may not have a good plan or a good strategy to be able to implement what they creatively want to work on. And there's something that you can come into with a partnership with them to really ground it and give it an avenue to start becoming more real. If they have this idea for a small business that they want to start, you can come in and partner with them and really reinforce this idea as saying, like, I'm here for your vision. I think this is great. I can create a strategy for you. I can start putting things in motion for you. How can they help Aries Venus? How can they help Aries Venus? Okay, the Six of Pentacles, they can support you with an even give and take. And the Three of Swords. I think they can kind of help remove your intense focus on negative focus on yourself, help you see yourself through a new lens. I'm getting with the Seven of Pentacles reversed. They can help you turn away from this intense self-criticism and problems of self-worth that you're experiencing right now, and help you see a new way that they can help you abandon and separate yourself from this pattern and move forward to something that will put you in a place of equality. Because I do think as you are now, you are already there. You have so much to offer them. But this way that you see yourself could get in the way, because they are ready to see themselves in a very loving way, and you're still operating in a place of looking to others and judging yourself in relationship with them. What are you learning about Aries Venus through all of this? What are you learning about? The Eight of Cups, healing. Where does this go? Right here. Eight of Cups, you're healing, walking away from things that no longer serve you. Some things just aren't worth it with the Five of Swords reversed. I think judging yourself so harshly has not been a fruitful endeavor, and maybe it's been beyond your perception. We don't know what you don't know. And this could have been just a habit that you've kind of fallen into without realizing it. And by their influence, by their example, you can see a new way of behavior that is so much more useful. I thought of self-gratifying and words like that, but I think right now your focus is on building something practical. And it may have escaped your awareness that when you feel less than in comparison with other people, that's a self-sabotage that is so subtle but has such far-reaching consequences. You're embarrassed to show your work. You're reluctant to speak up and speak proudly. You unfairly judge where you are in comparison with an image of someone when you don't know their story, and you're not being fair to your own. What are they learning in this situation? Okay, well, that's a lot. So we got a whole story here. The Devil reversed, King of Cups reversed, and the Chariot. They're breaking free from a sense of jealousy and emotional guardedness, being guarded emotionally. This is a long time coming for them to open themselves up to trust and have faith in love for love's sake, and even to trust in their own self-love that they've worked very hard to develop in themselves, to trust that to carry them forward no matter the outcome. And then I also get the Hermit and the Sun. They are coming out of a place of isolation towards their joy and their happiness, and they're realizing that they need others to fully experience this next level of joy, whereas their time alone had great purpose, and they will always carry that the fruits of that forward with them. Their next journey requires them to come out of their shell, to take risks, to be free, to experience the joy that they can only experience now through seeing themselves through other people, and to take that risk. And at the Nine of Cups, to have idealism about it, to have high hopes, to be willing to offer a loving and idealistic opportunity, and to be offered that in return, and kind of pull themselves a little bit out of that, the Two of Cups. They pull themselves out of a sense of pessimism around love and around relationships. There's something so wonderful here waiting for them with you, and they're learning to take a chance on that. What are you releasing through this? What are you releasing, Aries Venus? The High Priestess. And the Ace of Wands. That's so weird. I normally would pull this position and would think of something that you're purging from yourself. Now I'm thinking like this is like you're unleashing it. It's not, you're releasing something that was already very powerfully within you, which is your intuitional guidance to go for it, with the Ace of Wands. There's nothing more Aries about. It's a very Aries card. And the High Priestess has an inner knowing. That's intuition, raw and unfiltered. And the High Priestess also seeks she's looking for her Hierophant. She's looking for her spiritual counterpart. So now you're not just looking for someone that can show you a good time, or y'all can share resources and have a dual income or something like that. Now you're looking for someone that can connect with you on a deep spiritual and emotional basis, that even beyond all those things, now you're looking for that next level. And that's something that your inner self is in your heart. Your heart is really guiding you towards that. And I think in this reading, you needed to know that the only thing that is holding you back is your feelings of being unworthy towards this individual, when you're absolutely aligned with them in every way but the feeling of unworthiness. That you have something powerful to offer to them that they are very much in need of. They need you. They absolutely need you to progress further in their experience of joy. And with the Eight of Pentacles here, you're working towards something that's been a long time coming. This is a culmination of a project. You could say that. Excuse me, hold on, I'm going to pause. Okay. As I was saying, this is a culmination of a project that you've been working on. And yeah, okay, I lost the rest of my train of thought. Moving on. What are they releasing? The Three of Cups and the Fool reversed. Taking a serious approach to their own happiness, and not willing to take those risks that's required to experience joy. I got the Hierophant reversed. I was saying you're looking for your Hierophant, and you will assist them in stepping into this place. So the Hierophant and the High Priestess to me are like the spiritual couple, whereas you have the Empress and the Emperor as the human couple. The Hierophant, whereas the High Priestess is intuition in a receptive and free-flowing way, man or woman, doesn't matter, then the Hierophant is intuition in a practiced and codified way, where you're making choices and creating and teaching from a place of spiritual knowing, and you seeing them as the Judgment card. They're in a place to be ready to do this, yet what's holding them back, they haven't built enough momentum quite yet, and they need someone to reflect back to them who they are now. They don't see themselves as the Judgment quite yet. They have worked a lot on their self-love, but they haven't seen how wise they've become. And they're going to reflect back to you how lovable you are, how enthusiastic and powerful you can be, how your ideas inspire. Your energy is an inspiration. This is really beautiful. I'm going to get a card from the Hidden Truth Oracle for you. What they would want to say to you. What do they want to say to Aries Venus? I wish I could take back my words. I knew exactly what I was doing. Okay, so there's a little bit of some dog argument happening here, and You came closer than anyone. Okay, so for this, if there was a disagreement or an argument between you that may have driven you apart, caused a rift in your relationship or the progress in it, because you came close to them, they knew they're saying that they knew that they wanted to put up a boundary. They wanted to separate themselves from you. They were scared of being controlled. They were scared of being dominated. They see now that that wasn't your intention. And I think that through your intuition and your inspired intuition and you releasing this, you ended up like synchronistically, okay, coincidentally for you rational people out there, you ended up coincidentally saying just the thing that would trigger them, that came so close to what they were protecting deep within. And because of that, they had to put their guards and their boundaries up right away with you, and they said something to hurt you deeply, to push you away. They did it on purpose, but now they regret that, and it was because you came so close to them. Anything else? Just being near you is intoxicating. They're very inspired by your energy. I keep feeling like they have a lot of Swords or Pentacles energy. Like maybe they're a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, whatever, right? It doesn't have to be, but they're very practical and pragmatic. And while they've gained so much wisdom, that won't go anywhere without an infusion of, let's go, let's do it, let's, you have so much enthusiasm. It's very intoxicating, and it spreads. Infectious. I wish I could share my good news with you. Wonder what that's about. Anything else that they want to tell Aries Venus right now? I hope that you can forgive me one day. It was my fault, but I blamed you. You and I were too young. I'm afraid to contact you, but I got that flipped. I think that's changing. They've transformed. And I know you've seen that. My life is not as together as it seems. They've transformed, and they're about ready to come towards you. Can we get any advice for Aries Venus in this situation as to how they could encourage their person to come towards them right now? How could they encourage their person to come towards them right now? Okay. How could they encourage moonlit unity? Use understanding to have greater emotional balance. Capricious. Children are involved, or someone is being immature. And restraints test. Trapped in instability. Resist impulsive urges to find steadier ground. To resist the urge to find steadier ground. The fact with the Death and the Ace of Cups, I'm even being brought back to that this is all very new, and it's been a time of great change for you. There's a impulse for you to withdraw and say, this is not a good time for me. That moving forward with this is not a good time for me. And so because of that, I'm just going to withdraw and get my shit together. And because you feel that they have very much have their shit together. And so you may have felt like that was important, but this is saying This is saying, I just realized this is trying to say something else, but I'm giving you this other message from this. It's saying, if you resist your impulsive urges, you'll find steadier ground. I think that you need to resist the urge to try to find steadier ground first. This intoxicating and the aces of it all, the ace. This is so much newness. There's so much energy around you. Now is the time. I think if you come forth and you say, I'm still working on my self-love, but I do know that I have a lot to offer now. I think that we can make a good team. I want to move forward with this project. I really respect you. I see you as someone who has a lot of wisdom and a lot to share. And I want to help give you concrete ways to progress in that. We get another card for advice for Aries Venus towards moving towards their person. In absence, emptiness echoes. In absence, feel the lonely spaces, yearning for a comforting presence. This deck pisses me off. What do I want? I'm going for a tried and true. Like, I'm about at it with this deck. I love this one, but I haven't got anything good yet from this deck. I'm very annoyed with it. I need something for Aries Venus right now. Give us some advice. These are my success cards. These are very reliable. Get something upright only for Aries Venus. 32, the weight. Hold on with 34 as well. If you know how to wait without getting tired of waiting, then the world will be yours with everything it contains, and what counts most, you will be a man, by Rudyard Kipling. There's a sort of ineffectual waiting when you feel hopeless. This waiting fuels pessimism and is not healthy. But another type of waiting exists too, ardent, passionate, total. You feel this when waiting for the person you love. In those moments, you are not passive, you are inflamed with life, attentive to the slightest sign. Okay. I'm just like idealizing over here what I want for you, but it's a clear message now. There's an understanding that in time, this person will come towards you. It's important that they be the ones to do so for some reason. And in that time, it's important that you hold a space for them. The big things in life require that kind of passive, the big things in life require that kind of vibrant waiting. If you wait passively in hibernation, life will flow by you and you will not feel that call. You will not see those opportunities. Wait and be alert. Waiting is not contrary to acting. It is a very subtle action. It is the very foundation for action, announcing the event. Ardent, passionate, total waiting. You're looking for signs. While they are in the process of releasing let's see, what are they releasing? 15 here. Ah, the 3 of Cups in the full reversed. This seriousness, this aversion to risk. I think if you move towards them now, even with all of your powerful newness energy, they have this aversion to risk. So then my advice for you, Aries Venus, is simply know that your intuition is correct about this person, and they have the same towards you. But there's something for you to learn here about the waiting. what you're learning with 12, the 8 of Cups. What else are they learning? What else is Aries Venus learning? Demanding. Okay. You set impossible standards for your partner to meet. Be less demanding. I just think you're like, let's go. I know it. I feel it. Let's go. And there's something here to learn about patience, Aries, of course. You know, sucks. I feel you. But in their own time, you can't rush this, can't rush them. And their thinking of you needs to transform as well. They can't come towards you when they have this negative image of you. And now I'm not even so sure that all really has all that much to do with you. So, just be patient. We'll check back in next month or whenever you see this. But I wish you luck. And until then, you have big things coming towards you. And there's something in that the weight card. Be looking always for what you can learn from waiting for this person to be ready to come towards you. Every day and every moment, there's something to learn about the value in waiting. And I hope you have a really good month. Check back here in the space. I do monthly readings for rising signs. If you don't have your time of birth, find it, get your birth certificate, come back and see me because I really love those readings too. And thank you for letting me read for you. I'll see you next time. Will I see you next time? That's not the right one. Okay, it's been a minute since I've done these readings. I pressed the wrong button. Till next time, Aries Venus. Bye.